How you guys doing? So like yeah man, so actually I'm supposed to be preparing for my presentation. I've got a presentation tomorrow for my project, but yeah, I've done just about everything and I'm kind of taking a break now. So yeah, so I was on Fruity Loops and I was just fooling around basically. I was actually just playing around and I wanted to try and make a track as quick as possible, but I kept on doing random shit and I ended up just starting all over again, and then I came up with this sound here, and this track here sounds like a track by it's got the exact elements of a track by phenduka. That's the type of style that phenduka does. This is that type of track here. So the whole video here, basically what I'll be doing to you guys is I'll be showing you how to make not exactly in a sense, but I'll show you the basics to go about making a track that sounds like phenduka's track. So first and foremost, what I'll do is I'll just go to my stuff and come here to my music, and I'll try and find you guys a quick track. Okay, I don't have the one. Which track is this? I don't have the one from. Okay, so it's probably somewhere 2013, I think. So I'll just do this for you guys, and then yeah. So okay, cool. So these are the two tracks that I'll play for you guys. But I was hoping to do it, and I want you to pay attention mainly to the kick, and I'm going to describe it now using my voice to you, and then I'll play the track, and then I'll play the two tracks, and you'll be able to identify it. So basically, what the kick sounds like, or the background beat that makes, excuse me, that makes phenduka's style basically. It's basically the way the kick is structured, and it's got that travel feel to it. It's got that like it's like people marching. It's like So that's basically that vibe that makes phenduka's tracks the way they are. In Zulu, there's a term for this in Zulu, and it's called not obviously not exact term to describe that particular sound, but that type of effect that it has is called isiki. So it's that type of effect there, but it's like it's like a double kick. It's like but it's not really like that. It's not a double kick. It's the elements the way the structure that makes it sound like a double kick. So okay, so I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play the track for you guys, and then you take a listen and you hear what I'm saying. So it's like and King Baya also had the same type of style with his track in Ekata Meow or something like that. But I'm not gonna do that. I'll show you guys with phenduka type of thing. So let's go. Hopefully it's on. So as you can hear, it's let's come here. And let's try this one. Okay, so that's actually the one track that's very different from phenduka. But anyway, yeah. So let's go back to Fruity Loops here, and basically what I'll do is I'll show you how to get that kick, how to get the goo effect type of thing. And it's actually not too complex. It's just a case of changing everything here on your piano roll. So your standard piano roll, you probably use it. It probably looks something like this. So it's a case of then you don't want to work like this. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to open your piano roll. So you want to go to your piano roll like that, open it up like that. Then you come here to this little area here, click on that, click on snap, and then you choose half. So when you choose half, basically what you're doing is you're increasing the amount of rows. As you can see, if you count here, it's like columns. So it's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and so forth like that. So when you say half, basically what you're doing is when you drag it like this, they're gonna split into an extra 4. So you've got 4 there. I'm gonna drag it some more, and it's gonna become 8 there. So watch as I drag along. There it is. You got 4, and it splits into 8 and about. Now there it is. See, so now you've got 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You see. So that's basically what it does. and obviously the lower you go, I think half is the lowest you can go, but you can try your luck. And then basically what that allows you to do is that it allows you to paste at random times, so instead of being restricted to either pasting there and there, you can also paste here, there, which adds variety to your track and allows you to be more creative. So that's the only main difference that actually makes Soul Phenduka style the way it is. It's that vibe there. And obviously, I'm not saying this is exactly how it's done. That's all there is to it. Obviously, there's more elements to it, but I'm just talking about doing it on Fruity Loops and the basic that you need. So I'll remove some of the elements here, and I'll just start off with one element at a time, and I'll add them for you. So let's go. So I'll start off with the kick, which is like this. And obviously, let me just emphasize something. All the elements here, the whole point of the video is to show you how to do the style. So the elements are not chosen according to a particular track and trying to get them as best fit as possible. I just chose random elements which I felt emphasize the style, but the whole point is to identify and be able to say, okay, this is how you make the style. And I'm going to show you how you set up the sequence on the piano roll so that you get that cuckoo cuckoo effect. So we start off with the kick. So the kick is straightforward kick, and then you probably want a sound like this one. You see that the effects I was talking about. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. And that's basically all you need, man. That's how you get it. That's how it's done. And then you can start adding extra elements to keep the track, to make the track easier. So that's basically all you need. So yeah, that's how you do it. So now let's go and analyze, like, on the piano how you did it. So on the piano, what you wanna, the main thing you wanna focus on is, I'll just use any of these sounds here because it's the main, that's where you get the thing, the sound. So I'll shut off every sound, and I'll just like that, and then I'll just leave these two here. So the kick and the sound there. So let me drop the kick a bit because it's a bit too hard for me. So now let's analyze what you did here. So remember, the first thing you did is you went there, snap, and you put it on half. So then you drag it like this, and then as you'll see, so we'll focus on one. So it's like you put one there. Okay, it's not that sound there. So you put there, obviously, like that. And then instead of usually what you'd have is your Fruity Loops. If it's not on half, what would happen is you find that you can only put one of the piano elements there or there. You can't put it like that, you see. So that's why you need to have it on half, so that you can actually put it on halfway through and have more variation where you add it. So the next spot that you put it on is halfway through there. So it's like 1, 2. Okay, it's like 1, 2, and then between the second and the third line, halfway in between the two, you put the next one there, and you do the same thing basically. You just keep on repeating that throughout the track. And then basically you can just play around here and do whatever you want to do. That's all I did there. So then you get this effect here. So let me do the same thing. So what would happen if you had it here? What if you didn't put it on a half? Your snap was not on half. If your snap is not on half and you didn't move this thing to where it's supposed to be, this is what it would actually sound like. You see? So but if you move it like that, just halfway through, the only difference being a half, literally this is what you get now. And that's basically how you get that part of Soul Phenduka's track going. And then obviously, there's elements, there's different elements, there's strings, there's all sorts of other things that come into it. But just to get the basic background beats, if you've always wondered how do they do that type of track on Fruity Loops, or how do you make such a track, now you know that's how you do it. So yeah, man, like, subscribe, comment, Facebook, Twitter, follow, all that jazz there. Otherwise, yeah, shut my feet too.